On today's Toy Spot, we're going to be having a look at the Walmart exclusive DC Universe, the 75 Years of Superpower. We're going to be looking at the 5-pack of the Green Lantern's Light. Today we're going to be looking at this guy. We're going to be looking at the original Sinestro. Wow, that was a very long intro. Needless to say, Sinestro is one of the figures released in the Green Lantern's Light 5-pack. Before we actually look at the figure, if I just bring it in, I'm not going to show you off the packaging because I showed it during the Hal Jordan. But if we just bring in, oh, there he is right there, Sinestro, looking very sharp, very dapper. I also want to point out his head actually seems larger in the figure picture than it does actually in the figure itself. They've actually also included the Green Lantern Emerald Dawn. They haven't included it, they show a picture of it behind number 6. The read-up on Sinestro says Sinestro was chosen to patrol Space Sector 1417. Everybody read along as its Green Lantern. But instead he ruled Korugar with an emerald fist. While he trained fledgling Green Lantern Hal Jordan, the Korugarians, oh boy, freed themselves and exposed Sinestro's abuse of power. The Guardians of the Universe stripped Sinestro of his mantle and power ring, subsequently banishing him to the antimatter universe of Quard. I always find it funny when they make up words. They seem to go out of their way to make up a word that's very hard to read. I think the harder a word is to read, the cooler it sounds, the more cosmic it sounds. There you go. There is Sinestro's read-up. I'll just move the packaging out of the way. Oh, there we go. Now let's have a look at Sinestro. As I mentioned when we were looking at the package end of it, yes, in fact, Sinestro's head seems a tad smaller on this body than it did on the picture. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like the paint is a little messy on Sinestro. Clearly they've put pink, obviously as his face color, they've put pink over a existing plastic color, possibly a green or a black. But as you can see, it's speckled almost where the paint hasn't been put on solidly. Instead, it's just kind of a splattered, I don't know. I will say though, the coloring on this Sinestro, and unfortunately I don't have the other one here with me, the coloring on this Sinestro does look a little nicer than the original coloring. I believe the original coloring of the Sinestro from the Solomon Grundy wave, well, it was actually a little lighter. Again, very washed. So I actually do like this quite a bit more. You know what would have been cool? We just put this review to a halt for a second. What would have been cool if I just moved Sinestro over. I bring the packaging back in. The comic, as you can see, down below is Sinestro featuring a buzz cut. And he's also had the buzz cut in the Justice League Unlimited figure toy line and the cartoon as well. I don't know. I think, granted, yes, they wanted to reuse the same mold. We understand that. But I think it would have been cool if they had given him a real old school buzz cut. How awesome would that have been? But overall, he looks pretty good. He's the George Hamilton, complete with tan, of the Green Lantern Corps. I do like the fact that they've given him a original Green Lantern outfit, as he was originally a member of the Green Lantern Corps. Not really much to say about the figure. It is pretty much used the exact body as Hal Jordan. In fact, just bring in Hal Jordan just to show you. Yes, it is in fact the exact same body. It's a shame. It is a shame considering the Sinestro. The original Sinestro is actually shorter than this particular figure. Had they really wanted to be consistent, they could have, well, Sinestro really shouldn't have been that short anyways, but they should have taken the Sinestro body and maybe tried to retool it to a Green Lantern suit, just so it was the right scale as the other one. But are we really going to nitpick about that? I am. I don't know. I might. But yes, it is a simple figure you could probably make yourself if you have an extra Green Lantern body, and then the extra Sinestro, whether you had the Sinestro Core Sinestro or the classic Sinestro, you could just pop the head off and stick it onto this guy and make your own, essentially. But the coloring does actually seem a little brighter on his face. So I do like that quite a bit. In the way of his articulation, Sinestro here has the standard articulated head, full rotation, all the way around really if you wanted to, but that would kill him. He also has the ball jointed shoulders, rotation at the bicep, bend at the elbow, rotate at the hand, also showing you guys the ring. He has the mid-torso articulation, rotation at the bicep, bend the leg back and forth in and out, rotate the leg at the thigh, you bend at the knee, and finally you can bend at the foot. I am actually happy that this guy was included. Yeah, you know, it's a simple fix. It's a simple figure that could have been made anyways, but I don't know. Really, I like the fact that they've thrown it in. A chip would have been much cooler, a little chip, but I don't know. Would that really have happened? They could have retooled, I suppose, Wonder Twins, the monkey, Gleek. I guess they could have retweaked a Gleek somehow and turned it into Chip. I don't know if that's possible, but I mean, as a short fix to get ourselves a classic Sinestro isn't really bad. And I think despite the fact that the paint is, yes, a little messy, he does have a nice brighter face than the original Sinestro. Sinestro here, I'm going to give a 5.5 to. There's not really much to be said for the guy. But today's Toy Spot, we were looking at the Walmart exclusive, the Green Lantern's Light 5-pack. We were looking today at the original classic Green Lantern Core Sinestro. And I'll see you guys next time.